Gwen, what is going on tonight?
Not much. How about you?
Not bad. How are we doing?
I'm doing good.
Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. So we got Wednesday night show
Yes.
tonight we got a really um, you may not have heard this man before. You know,
Yes.
and the way he goes about things is amazing. And also, he has an awesome role at the Warren's Occult Museum. So we're
Yes,
going
he
to touch
did.
on that.
And
And
I'll
he's
add
also
this: when I got to look at some of his photography on his camera, and he is awesome. Plus, I got to
oh,
talk with
good.
him, and he
Up for everybody. So without further ado, please welcome to the Paranormal Unveiled family, Mr. Rick Clark.
Hey, folks, how are you?
Rick, how
hey,
are you?
Nice being with you guys again.
oh
Yes,
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Over camera, not in person, but it works just the
Right.
same.
Yeah, it's
yep.
close. Yeah.
So, so first things first is
Sure. You mentioned Jim. He met never stops for years, but right now I am actually running the museum for Matt Rife and Elton Casti. Where after they bought the house last shoot, I think he bought it in
Mhm.
April, but we started this in the project we started in August.
right, and I know there's been a lot of different, I guess you could say, renovations going on as far as moving
Uh,
stuff around, rebuilding a
dude,
few things.
we had to rebuild the house from the ground up. We really did. A lot of work. It was a lot of flood damage.
Oh,
And yeah, so Elton's idea was let's just empty that. We had so many workers here, and I've ever done in my life, but the most satisfying. We worked so hard last summer. I can't believe it.
there was a little bit of renovation going on. I didn't realize
Yeah,
that it
it
was
was a
that severe
lot.
of a damage.
Yeah, I actually have pictures I can send you later of the damage. It was insane damage just in the basement.
Oh,
Yeah, so it was again absolutely amazing. So
you know, it seemed like it seemed like the process went pretty smooth, though. It seems like you guys had a good plan.
we're a good team. I think we all clicked instantly. I knew uh, Hilton for a while, uh, and off through paranormal shows. Matt, I and they did not disappoint me. They were absolutely so respectful, still are to the
And that is
Warrens,
awesome.
and it's amazing. Yeah,
And that is awesome. And
yeah,
so moving, we'll circle back to the occult museum in a little bit.
yes.
Every time that I've seen you, I think I've seen you twice at Connecticut, and I think I saw you briefly at another, but we didn't get interact.
Right.
And you always have
You're with me. It literally, I just snowstorm. I went beside the house, the trails of my camera. Suggested I start doing that also. And since that day, I
So,
documented my life. Yeah.
so do you ever have plans on possibly in the future, maybe put it into, say, like a book and writing your own book on it?
Oh, I'll be honest, people have asked me, and I just enjoy people just seeing them online. I don't want people to buy
Fair.
them. I don't want people to I just put them online, just enjoy them. Take them if you want to. I really don't care. It's
Aw.
kind of fun. It's sharing what through my eye to others people's pictures because I know it's there's yeah, it's amazing. I don't know why that
Rough.
Yeah.
But
it was so hot.
I think
it was July, I believe, or late
was.
together. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was,
and,
wasn't it?
yeah.
yeah, and me and Jimmy had went outside to smoke a cigarette, and you happened to be, I think you were either already out there with him.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, and talking, and you told me this really interesting story about something along the lines of there was something that was being seen that you wanted to try and physically touch it. Could you tell that story again?
It's happened so many times, but talking to you right away, I clicked with you, I think, because I love the way you were talking about how you investigate. I believe in the layers of possibility before it's paranormal. I touch stuff, and it's what I do. Maybe I shouldn't, but we were actually, and we were with a bunch of investors, other side of the fence, ghost this thing he was bringing out beyond, and they were all taking over these. My reaction was I jumped the fence and I ran over and I grabbed one, and what I picked up was a glowworm. And I'm like, these are ghost lights. They got so mad at me, but I don't want to take pictures of something that I know is not an actual paranormal event and say it is. I like to
Right.
do that, and I've done it so many times with Jimmy. He laughs at me. I've actually walked across a dark room before when they insisted this man in the dark. We're all walked across this room, and there I can kind of part of the field. I believe a if you're going to honor yourself, make by
That's right.
showing what you're looking at. Yeah.
Right. For me, whenever you do stuff like that, as far as wanting to go over and touch it physically, so
Right.
you try that physical aspect. If it is a medical, what does it feel
Right.
like? Like, what is it actually like? Not just that, but when solidifying your credibility as an investigator.
But also, if you want to make sure it is paranormal, you don't want
Right.
to, go down the wrong path. Exactly what people were looking at, and it was not. And I believe it may have been like a Bigfoot or a strange object like that.
Yes.
And we took it apart until we figured out that was not what they thought they were looking at. And that's the
Yes.
fun. To me, it's like
And
investigation. That's why I'm a Scooby Doo fan. It's not always the
who is
ghost.
it? I feel like Scooby Doo is probably the mainstay of anybody who really loves the paranormal. They watch Scooby younger.
My
Yep.
license plate is Zoinks. And my dog. Oh, yes. Yeah.
It's
I'm
awesome.
a huge fan. Yeah.
It's awesome. So let me ask you spend a lot of time. You spend more time there than probably anybody else at the current moment.
Probably every day.
So,
Yeah.
is there ever?
You know, and everyone says the Annabelle doll, and you know, and I don't know if it's more psychological or what, but yeah, I don't like to be around that much. I just don't. And again, I don't know if it's psychological or what, but it is something ominous about that. Just the way it stared, just sits there. I don't know. But the thing that amazes a little, it's called the New England Witch doll, and it is a little lady hanging from a noose, and it's probably well over 100 years old. And it is old voodoo. And that thing, I'm trying to look at it, it just weirds the hell out of me because its purpose is to kill people. And,
Oh,
and just uh, that amazes me. I show everyone because it's such a small object. You miss it. I do enjoy showing Minx shadow always smaller items in that museum
that is
after
crazy.
we cleaned it up because it was a lot. Yeah, so it was all. He loved Halloween. He had his Halloween props in there. We really cleaned it up for our guests to come through to enjoy it as investigating tools. So we took a lot of that stuff out, and stuff we left are the things we think that they love to investigate. So it's kind
I
of
like
fun.
it. I like
Yeah.
it. And
Yeah.
and on the pre-show, me and you were discussing, Elton and Matt, they run a pretty tight ship.
Yes, very tight.
They've been doing a very good job.
Incredible friends. Yes. Yeah.
Has there ever been a point where like you've given tips to them in certain situations?
Concept so much right in the house. I'm so used to walking in the house, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm sorry, this isn't our house anymore. Yeah, he goes, this will always be our relationship started, and yes, so much stuff is our ideas. We don't. It's just not him. We take care of the house. He's not. He's in California, and he does trust us totally in how we run this. And and he's very trusting, and we're gonna buy it. But and I'll give you a quick example. And one day I was here, lit it up with lights. Then got the pit for it, and he's like, "Oh my god, that's incredible looking." So yeah, we do jump the gun sometimes and just try stuff, and he seems like he trusts us a lot.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
So since the transition has happened and you got on the museum up for guests to come in, and do their thing, right?
Yes.
I assume that process is watched over very closely.
They're never alone. I have to see the museum. No one else does. I let them in and out. There are cameras in there, really close cameras, because we do have to watch the single guests, which I think we're almost at 60, have been so respectful. It's insane. Incredible.
Wait, because I know sometimes when people open places up like this that are historic places, you have people go in there and they are just plain out disrespectful.
100% respect. And I will be honest with you. Yeah, I like to smile, have fun in the whole bit. But if I saw you disrespectful, I wouldn't have a problem removing you from that museum.
And I didn't think you would. That's why I was
wouldn't have a problem with it. Because it is the respect of Ed and Lorraine Warren. I mean, this is Ed's life that we're having on display here.
And so you worked very closely with them for many years.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
so you were almost like family to them, as you like to say.
Paul Bear, I was like, I was
Like, you probably so many, but one memory work
is more. Yeah, dude, I have a few, but I think for blah blah blah. She'd make me stand up in front of hundreds of people to talk about my aura. So one day I did actually look at Lorraine, and I'm like, and Jimmy's didn't sit in there, and we both fell out. Jimmy. I things like
That's
that.
funny.
It's more of things from the heart. And Ed, being stern and stuff like that about this ghost stuff. But
Right.
that was the amazing part. Yeah.
Yeah. You definitely can't do paranormal 24/7.
No,
So,
but you don't. Yes. Yeah.
Close.
but especially when you do the work like they do, Ed was a demonologist, and they took on family and residential cases that people really needed help. Those are
Right.
things you cannot rush.
I can't write. Sometimes take a long number one case being well over a year. And I'm sure they've had longer, but this is my own experience with them. And it's just, we just never walked away. I mean, it's just
Right.
what we did. It's just how it
Yeah.
should be done.
It is.
People do rush in with their cameras, and I get it. They have the shows and stuff, but they'll rile it up, get some good evidence, but then they'll book. Yeah, wait a minute, you made my. It makes me sad, but it's
Yeah, and it happens
social
though, and
media,
that's why,
TV, yeah.
yeah, and that's why sometimes I do like like, do you feel like all of these different ghost hunting shows and paranormal shows out there, do you feel like they're a help or a hindrance to the paranormal?
I think it makes people aware, which is great. It makes you
Mhm.
aware of what's happening and maybe even how to handle it. But sometimes, a lot of times, it is sad when they do walk away, and after they get the incredible evidence, it helps promote what we are doing. But
Mhm.
you got to think family that's
You're supposed to be
left
there to
standing
help
alone
them.
now.
Mhm.
Now they're left alone, and I'm sure some go back and help. I say it all because I'm sure they do. But
I'm
it's
sure
I
some.
hope. Yeah, but it is. Don't watch a lot of paranormal shows. I think Gwen and I discussed this slightly. I'm not big. I'm more into like the true crime
Podcasts.
You're gonna
Like,
laugh, dude. I tell you this, dude. I grew up like we didn't refer from WWF at the time, and then it became E. But there was a couple of wrestlers back when I was a little kid called the Wild Samoans, and
Yeah.
I'll just end it up like this. It was 3 o'clock in the morning in front of my house. They were on the ground with guns pointed at them for the the apartment surrounded our house because they thought they were breaking in our house. They're just coming to surprise my parents. Our neighbor called the
Oh, no.
police around our house. Here are these Samoans who spoke English. So it was pretty funny.
Yeah, it's just kind of weird how that works. And
Yeah.
To the show or to the network. So yeah,
Oh, I gotta watch. He'll be live.
he will.
It'll
It'll
be live.
be yeah.
All
It
right.
was.
I'm gonna have to.
It'll be Tuesday night.
Yeah, I'll look for it. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so is his show on Wednesday or Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Tuesday. I have it on my
Yes.
calendar wrong. I need to fix that.
And he is the first guest for Jeremy. So
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I
That's
have it on my
great.
calendar wrong. I need to fix that because I have it for Wednesday.
Thank you here. Thank you.
I'm about to make sure I didn't miss.
You know what? No, this is great. This is great because we need to fix this too. But
Yeah. If we had a blooper reel, right?
Yeah, you know what? At some point, we need to do that. We need to go back and watch all the shows and make like a blooper reel.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. People would follow yours. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're funny.
Oh, I think it would be awesome. So, you know, with you being friends with Jimmy Pitt at such a young age, can I ask you, like, I know you said that he got you into doing paranormal thing, right?
Yeah.
How did that whole conversation start, if you remember?
It was me. I met him through my friend John, who was my best friend. I used to go to John's house. He's little. I was there, walking into his garage, and I met Jimmy, who had a Kiss wig on. It was a gigantic black wig. He had a card. He was ramming out to freaking heavy metal music. Instantly, we became friends because it was so funny. I'm like, who the hell is this? And we became instantly friends. But he the paranormal. He used to drag me to cemeteries and stuff and record. I'll be honest, I just let him do his thing. I didn't know much more of. I didn't even know if I believed or not. I'll be honest. This class, you want to go with me? We went up there, and really quick, I'll embarrass him again. Jimmy takes incredible psychic photography. It absolutely amazing pictures. Jimmy does.
He does.
And he had a book he wanted to show, and he said to me when we were driving up, "Do not let me get it." Don't. We walk in there, introduce ourselves. Instantly, we all clicked, and Jimmy's showing the pictures, and Lorraine's like, "Oh my God, these pictures are incredible." Jimmy, take them. They're yours. They're yours. Me, I'm like, so it was amazing.
I kind of feel like he had a little bit of a lapse of judgment fanboy moment is what happened there.
Total. The whole book. He gave him the whole book.
The sad thing is also bringing up the Kiss wig. I could have
a lot of pictures when we were, of our early event when he and I would go out and investigate. And I remember Ed and Lorraine sending us out alone, him and I, at a few cases, and to see if it was legitimate. And then we'd call them and they would join us. And we have a lot of pictures, Jimmy and I. Yeah. He has a lot of video.
They had this whole behind the scenes process. There was a lot more to it behind the scenes.
We would be sent out, and I'll speak for myself because I'm sure others have, because we were a team, Jimmy and I, and they would send us out. We'd investigate and investigate, see if it is worthy of. Oh my God, right word or not, but if it is a case big enough to be involved. And if it was, and Lorraine, we totally trusted us first before you send the team in. And that part was fun to me. I love that part. That was a lot of fun.
I feel like for me, the pre-investigation stage, for me anyway, is some of the most fun moments, because it's where you're learning about the family, you're learning about what they're experiencing, and then on top of that, you have that plausibility of experiencing something yourself while you're doing this to collaborate with their experiences of they've had.
Yeah, and I'm sure to get out of here.
In
And we
there.
have to get out. And we got to go. If it continues, let us know.
I like it. So,
being honest, it is, realistically, every case is a case, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Right. And I myself have been the case down in the instantly tell.
Explain, which was a few times. We'd call Ed and Lorraine, and they'd come out.
Right. So
we never them, but inside you're thinking, as you know, you're like, oh boy, I have to get out of here. This is not normal.
Right.
So have you guys ever had somebody to call you and make up stuff, just thinking they were going to get filmed?
Yeah, or I think to be in the spotlight, kind of. They like the attention. That is one. It's like a pie on this whole thing. I love. My brain is scientific. It is. I even think psychological. Studying it, and it's pie. There's all different personalities, and some one saw that pie is. I want attention, and it's not. I don't insult them, but it is. It makes me sad in a way that they seek out attention that way, but it is what it is. We're all
you're gonna have that from time to time.
We're all human. Yeah, right. Yeah,
it's one of those things. So, ghost aside, do you believe that aliens or any other aspect of the paranormal exist?
100%, dude. I keep believing in aliens. I think I would love to see it. I it, even though I like to experience something myself. Jimmy and I both, before we met, we both saw one of the biggest sightings ever on the East Coast of the United States when we were kids. It had some UFO sites, the entire and I remember before I met Jimmy, I was very young, but I remember being outside. My mom had a police scanner, and we can hear them being amazed, and we went outside, and there it was. But one of the things I want to, and I don't know if I do, make a lot of people pissed off saying this, big, but I want to believe in this friggin' bad. I really do. So bad. But I don't know. Scientists, I don't know. So friggin' bad. I would love to go on a ghost hunt.
You think it'd be an interdimensional type thing?
Maybe? I hope so. I have all these theories in my head because I love to write also. Science fiction wise. I love that whole, thing like that, but I don't know. I love to hear people's theories, and I would never call someone a lie, ever. Right. They saw Bigfoot. Even if they're making it up, I'm still going to take your story. I'm not going to call you a liar. But I'm not going to call you, definitely not going to call you a liar.
Yeah, so, I know that myself personally, I've seen Bigfoot, I believe, twice when I lived in Alabama.
There you go. Yeah.
Could find proof that doesn't mean you can see.
Right. Right. But it's the same thing.
Yeah, it's a thing. Gimlin Field, right?
Right.
It's very famous, and so many people have overlooked it and said, "Oh, we can move this. We made it really well defined." And yeah, it's famous, and we got video of it. But that doesn't mean it wasn't a hoax.
Right. Well, you know, it's fun. I did just watch a documentary on that. It was really interesting, brand new. And they believe it is real. Even some claim, if I remember, I was hearing all these different versions of what happened. 60s it was filmed. When was that filmed? Mid 60s.
Was it?
I forget when it was filmed, but they didn't have that technology back then. They didn't have,
after the original Planet of the Apes movie, I believe.
so it may have been the early 70s then, mid 70s.
Yeah. Is it Planet of the Apes was what?
69, I think, maybe. Yeah. Around
but
that.
Movies. Hollywood,
right?
As far as would be a suit.
If it is or not, because I wasn't there.
Too.
But I totally believe you. I really trust it's real, but I would love to see it firsthand.
I want to experience.
Right. Yeah.
I'm going.
Easy. That sounds.
I'll get you up and say, "Come on."
Please do, because upstate New York they do it, and I almost went 2 years ago, and I forgot what happened where I was sick, so I couldn't go. But it was something I'd love to do. It's on my list. I would love to do that. It is on mine
too.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would love
that
to do that.
Storm chasing. So I'm going next year too.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My uncle. He has a Bigfoot that roams his. Now, he wants me to go up and check it out this summer. So I hope we have Morgan over there in tent.
On something real quick. I looked at the schedule.
Uh-oh.
Jeremy's show is Wednesdays at 9:30.
I got you. The best part about this whole thing, seriously, Gwen, is it's not live. You can edit this and make you stuff.
I don't
edit. Look like you're right.
I don't edit it. I
will.
No, because you got or factor in like
broadcast last Friday. I don't know or not. Nate, remember if you did or not. That's so if you're watching this, come watch that. And Nate will be excuse me, the guest.
Man, tongue tied. Very
it's good. I'm still impressed. I'm sorry. I'm still impressed.
And fun, but
that guy, I get on a lot of videos because they're taking them around me. But Elton a few times have actually pulled me into live streams, and
with your background, and you said something earlier in the show.
Yeah, well, actually, I just left the job after I actually devoted 100% to this project up here at the Warren House because it's taken so much time and it needs such focus that I decided just to focus on here. But I had an incredible area university that I loved, and I still do love the there. They're incredible people.
So for those of us out there who are related, my brother, so what exactly is pathology?
Pathology is the human body, but where I
Mhm.
worked was histology, which is the study of human tissue. We actually diagnose cancer, and we try to figure out how far the cancer has gone. And I did, I'll say unfortunate because it wasn't my favorite thing. I did a for years also, and that was again being afraid of blood, and working in pathology is like an airplane pilot afraid to fly. blood, I like blood. And he's the hell. It just was not my favorite thing.
It doesn't sound like it.
But I love the scientific part of it of trying to solve a problem, a mystery.
A mystery.
It goes right down to investigating, like we said earlier. I
Mhm.
believe in taking things apart, trying to figure out cancer, why they have cancer, how to cure this cancer, how to make these people better. And that's part of what we all did. And it was it goes how my brain works even in the paranormal.
And I talk to you about it, and I would often have to take patients to the morgue in the hospital and off of this. And I had a okay, I was terrible because I knew people were scared of the morgue, and I just wasn't, because I just
Right.
I'm not afraid of much. So, but I was just my little happy stuff, and they knew it. If I'd have to have somebody else, they'd have to go. There was a security guard that had to open it, and I opened the door to put the new body in there, and they sat up, and he took
Done
off.
it. Done it myself.
That's
Now that I don't
awesome.
work there anymore, I can tell you some of those stories. Yeah, we've done that before.
I don't work there anymore either.
To other pathologists, PAs, things like that. It was fun. We don't, after reaming, then we'd laugh.
you gotta have fun at work. You have to.
You don't think there's something wrong with you. To me.
Yep.
It was.
So that's a little weirdness about me. So sorry.
It's not weird.
I know you're like crazy.
All right,
man.
we're both here then because I did it.
Yeah.
It's not weird at all. I would have done it.
He would have probably one in the cooler doing it for me.
Yeah. Load me up in that. I'm game.
Hey, you know about Darren? I don't know. I might have to do it.
I don't know. People love it, but I can't. I don't do it.
I can understand that because I can sit here and I can watch like gory horror movies all day long. You know, I was a volunteer firefighter. I'm on the first response medic team at my job, which we build bridges, and so I don't like seeing physical blood.
Right. Same.
I can watch it on TV all day long.
Yeah.
So I get it. It's weird.
Certain things when there's blood involved, but I do not like to stand there at a distance and watch some people love it. Some people are amazed by it. To me, it's just I don't know. It's just crazy. I'd rather have them alive than let them die and then investigate them. I don't want to see them die. After you're dead, I'll investigate.
That's great. I love that aspect actually. I like it.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, your scientific way that you do things, because I know earlier about how you bring down a video and we kind of like process this because it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I have actually. I've seen a few that are just absolutely amazing, and one was by accident. Someone standing next to him, you can see right through the man, kind of looking down at the car accident. Amazed me, actually. It was a friend that took the picture. So that one amazed me. And then just recently here, um, we quarters and stuff, and we've caught things on audio where standing happen, and they're incredible. So it's amazing. Some of the things I've seen is amazing people. And there's the part where I'm like, okay, wait a minute. I don't know if that's real. The shadows are look a little strange on this one here. You know, that's my burn in photography also kicks in. I know how light works. I know how shadows work. I know, and sometimes I can tell you a million miles away, actually, even if it looks incredible. Yeah. I'm not honest about it. Yeah.
I'm not going to tell them what I see. My sister is a professional photographer. That's what she does for a living.
Right.
And she is so many times I've caught something that I thought could have been something. And she was, well, did you see this over here? I'm like, no, I did not.
Right. And I'm not gonna blow smoke up your ass and happy and say something's there. If you want me, I'm gonna be honest with you. And I'm not always right, but I like to see what I think and then take that apart to see maybe I'm wrong. I'm hoping I'm wrong a lot of times.
See, Nate sends it to them. If I have something, I'm gonna send it to him. And now I'm gonna send it to you too. So I've got a lot of evidence.
I love that stuff.
Yeah.
I've been online a lot where, I don't even know the people, but they'll post a ghost picture. And I do actually literally in my brain taking apart. And I hate it because it takes the magic out of it for me sometimes, but I just can't help it in my head to look at something in detail.
So you want to know if it's real too. That's like a Bigfoot picture. Yeah, you want to know if that Bigfoot picture is real.
Right, 100%. Yes. And there's even things in the music. What's that?
I do the same. As soon as I see a picture, my mind starts going different directions. I'm looking at it.
And stuff like that. And, it's every aspect of even the paranormal, I just take it apart. And even in the museum, some things I know are just, I'll say props, but Ed loved atmosphere. He loved Halloween. And someone will say, what's that scary thing? I'm like, Halloween. I know what that is. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to make up a scary story of it. It's a Halloween prop. It's just a cool thing out down here. And there's a bunch of stuff like that, but I always pinpoint to it. Like, don't investigate that. This is, a prop, but it's, I'm very forward. I am if I don't know, I say I don't know.
Right.
And make something up. I'd say I don't know. Yeah.
I gathered when I met you outside.
Yeah.
And I think that's exactly what we could.
Right.
Similarly.
That's talking, I think. And it's funny well, this is pulled by this. No, if it's fun, I'm going to leave it at fun.
Absolutely love. And some people will call it trolling. I don't call it trolling. I just call it speaking the truth.
Right.
Is when people go and they put photos online and then ask for opinions, and then you give them your honest opinion, and they get butthurt about it.
They get mad. I've had people in my face the warrants when okay, this doesn't look right. A lot of them like, all right, this looks like I bought this and the whole bit, but it's part of the interview, and Jimmy will know this. I had a way of interviewing. I love people. I love talking, obviously. But I would ask you your story, and then I'd my brain is constantly.
That's how you make sure it's real.
Yes,
because it's
100%.
real. Yeah.
Yes, and if it starts getting bigger and bigger every time they tell the story, it could be real, but they're over exaggerating. And sometimes if you reel yourself back, tell me the real story. It's still amazing. You don't have to impress me. I just want to hear the real story. And when I repeat stories of Ed in the museum, I always say, I wasn't there, so what happened? Right. I'm not gonna say I was there when it things. There was work.
Love that aspect is you took that specifically because my is I typically, if someone asks me, I'll do an over the phone record interview.
Right.
And I'll tell them straightforward. For next thing, I mail the questionnaire. Questions I ask from the recorded interview.
Right.
They mail it back to me. Then the third process is I do a sit-down meeting with them and I ask them the same questions worded differently to see if the answers change.
We had the same technique, bro. That's the same thing I do. I love doing it that way.
And it works.
Yeah, it 100% works because I'm in my brain is the truth never changes.
Right.
If you're telling the truth, that never changes.
Nope,
You're always telling that same story. And yeah, I get over exaggeration, playing it up a little bit. All right, I get it. It's fun. You're having fun. But if we're going to do an investigation, I just want to know the real story.
Times where I've sat down to do the interview. Remember that I answered the questionnaire. This didn't happen, and they actually downplayed a little bit. It makes it a little bit more believable because maybe in that moment that they were answering it, they were just so excited about it that
detail out because you're so excited telling the story. You might say, "Oh my God," and that's totally okay with me. That kind of is cool with me. But I'm going to ask you that same question again a couple hours from now too.
Right.
But it's going to be different. So
absolutely,
it's fun. It's not to insult anyone. It really is just to free my time up. But also, I'm not going to disregard something happened to you. I'm going to help you out. That is kind of an important aspect. And it's, Gwen, if you told me you saw a ghost yesterday, I'm not going to call you a liar. I'm going to say, "Oh, wow, tell me about that." Because how do I know if you're lying or not? So we'll call you. I can't. Don't. What if you're telling the truth and you're lying? What else can you do to human being? We're seeing this now. Is 20 years ago, I saw this in the sky. I saw that. Oh, you're crazy. You're crazy. Now our own government is saying, okay, there are things inside of it.
like
and
the
they
USS
showed you
Nimitz video.
Bingo. But we've seen things also through fighter, right, and do the fighter jet through their helmets and what they've seen in chasing these objects. Now all of a sudden, these people we called liars years crazy aren't so crazy after all.
No, and the folks that I was talking about, that's like the East Coast.
Explanation. Fine, if it was, I'll say weather balloons or whatever you want to call things. Okay, but it's still amazing. Prove it. What I believe, but I'll say, okay, maybe you're right there. Yeah.
And during that 9/4 first go that auction cases were documented in Barney Hill case.
Incredible, by the way. Yeah.
And the way that they went through and they did the regressive therapy as far as the hypnotic therapy. Some of the laid in the way that they were, you could feel in their voice.
If you love that case, I've heard so much about it, but one of the things that sticks in my mind, you said Barney Hill, and he explained how terrified he was, and he pretended he was closing his eyes because he was saying that no guy making up a story would ever put that in there. He would not say how pure, and he let them take his wife away first, and as he laid there, he was petrified and he cowered. And to me, that shows to me he's telling the truth because that is he's into that story. No, and plus he grew up. That was in a time where interracial marriage was just beginning to happen. They were interracial, and he was always petrified of that. And here, his nightmare is happening, but
Right.
they're aliens. It's taken
Yeah.
away, not people. And
Wow.
so his nightmare is actually enhanced by what's happening to him.
Yeah,
So
and
it's kind of
when you look back, not but the factual evidence they have a Betty Hill's dress museum.
magnetic.
Yes.
Yeah,
Had the
like
rings that were magnetic on the car. Yeah.
It was
amazing.
crazy because the spot where she said that they inserted the needle into her stomach, there was actually a small swatch of fabric missing from her dress.
Right. And she described a technique for pregnancy that developed until 15 years after the whole bit, the baby. We didn't have that then. She things like that.
And I heard that, correct me, no, I'm positive on it, but I also heard she described a couple. Evidence.
It's amazing. It's amazing. It really is. And, I'm sure there's people that can take this apart if you want to, but it would take a lot of convincing to me to say that did not happen. That is where the edge is crossed. All right, I'm really believing this story now.
Same.
So it's kind of like that,
It's like I think it's the Travis Sweet Fire in the Sky after his experience.
Yeah, they did.
Movie. Amazing movie.
So I have a question for you guys.
Yes.
Betty Hill was pregnant at the time.
No, she was.
She was.
Test. It was a test to see if she was pregnant.
Oh, okay, because I was like, what? She didn't
test. No,
because I was going to say if she had a baby not long after that. I mean, did they test the
creepy,
baby?
Right?
Oh, creepy.
I was like, wait a minute. Did I hear that?
No, she was not pregnant. Yeah, but
I don't know these guys.
She described with him screaming and went away.
I need to go back and read.
Amazing. Yeah.
I can tell you, back from someone better run an RH test on that baby.
You see, I was like, wait a minute, was she already pregnant? Okay.
No, they're actually I believe they're honeymoon, right? Or just a vacation.
They were coming back. They were coming back from a vacation.
Vacation, New Hampshire. Yeah, the White Mountains. Yes, and that is also, speaking of evidence and stuff. You could actually. We first started cleaning this house. Speaking of evidence, we found actually there was piles of documents, and I mean hundreds and hundreds of documents here. We had to go through every one of them, and we did, and we found the lie detector test ordered for the Lutz family from the house. They're asked out. You like them? We are them. It will be on display there, but we found the Ed had those for years, and they were signed by the doctor and everything that did and every 30 lost every single that on his overnight, and those that their names are on them, 2 separate lie detector tests done separately, different times, and they both passed Every single
a heart rate. It's the heart rate when the questions are asked that make your so your heart rate goes up a little bit.
right.
And so for both of them to be able to pass it,
That's amazing. Separately.
I wouldn't see that being possible for me.
Well, it could be. I don't know. I mean, another way of passing it. It'd be, I hope I never have to pass one. I never have to take one. Papers. These are just these are actual papers, official papers. And it's neat. We found in this house. There's again thousands unfinished books. We found the demonologist book. He wrote the book. He wrote a bunch of books. We found the drafts of these books, actually, the actual drafts of the books before publishing. Before publishing, it's kind of amazing. It's going to be display when we are going to open, hopefully in. That I'm looking at. I can't talk much about it. It's kind of in the works.
Fair.
Very exciting though. It's for the public, which I love hearing this stuff. It's not private. That.
Yeah, because I can tell you that I know I can speak for Morgan as well. I know you probably forgot that there, but she's still there. But I know for me, and probably for that, like the occult music has been on my bucket list for years.
Please, if you guys come down here, I will actually get you in there. I go.
I still
something, but
yeah, it would be
you guys around a little bit.
I just want to see them.
Coffee in the heart of the house kitchen. I've been telling.
Oh yeah, that. You said the heart of the house. Did you hear me say that? I called
literally about 2 or 3 hours before you actually made that post.
I've always said that. So that's the heart. And that is where I sat at that table with Ed and Lorraine looking outside, just talking about life. Never ghost up there. It was just about laughing, having fun, them cooking. And even when after the we would all get together, Friendsgiving up there. And that table, we around that whole area. We had right.
So
he's a little caregiver, but he's a little bit. Yeah.
Well, also Morgan's still got to drive home, so I don't want to stay over too much longer because she's got what 2.5 hours?
3.5.
3.5 hour drive. Yes, I don't want to her up too much longer either. But yeah, I'm just shocked that she ended up knowing what it meant.
There you go.
Will beat me later.
There you go.
I'm leaving this alone.
So I typically I end my show with 3 specific questions that I ask every single guest. So for you, if you had a bucket place location and cost travel was not an issue, where would you go?
Line of Italy.
Nice.
Italy. Yeah.
Nice.
Something about I've looked at so many. Someday I don't know why I haven't.
So we're going to the shoreline of Italy.
Yeah.
You can bring one person alive or dead, and they do not have to be involved. And they do not have to be involved in the paranormal.
Right.
Who are you bringing and why?
I lost my best friend Joe about 4 years ago. We were friends for 40 years, and I miss him to death. I would definitely bring him. Yeah.
I love it.
We'd have a blast. Yeah, we'd have a blast there. Yeah.
So we're going to the shoreline of Italy. You're bringing your late friend Joe.
Yeah.
You can bring one piece of paranormal equipment with you if you decide to do some investigating. What equipment's going to be your go-to?
The Panasonic recorder. That's around that thing. The whole control of that, like controlling the area before I turn that on. That gets me going because I am such a control freak about how things work. And that I don't know, you probably know that recorder. It takes a lot of back, but to me, I need total silence. I go out of my way to make everything totally silent around me to control the area. So that I just love doing it. So I would that definitely.
I think you're talking about the DR60.
Yeah, DR60. Yes, yes. Yeah,
interesting. So
yeah,
I love those answers. Rick, before we close out the show, do you want to push the museum, push the future projects you have coming, or?
We are opening the new museum. Hopefully, it looks like September. I can't talk much about it, but we will announce it.
Right.
You'll see it when I announce it. I'll definitely let you know. But it's actually fun. I think we are every single available night until September. And
Awesome.
it sold out 2 hours or 100 hours. In 2 hours, we sold out.
That's
Scared me a
insane.
little bit. It scared me a little bit. I'll be honest, not lying. And people around the world so far, and the experience has been amazing to me. I love people. That's what I love the best about it. The people. Yeah.
Do you happen to know of any events you may be attending this year?
Me only pulls me into them. That's how it works. That is how it works.
So what you're telling me is to jump in, because I'll be attending a lot of events with Jimmy here. So.
Yes, if you see Jimmy, I might be with him. That's what I'll do. And I will be honest, I'm not a guy that seeks them out, but I just love his energy, so I hang out with him a lot. And
I love it.
Going out with him. Yeah,
I love it. So Rick, thank you so much for coming to the show and taking time with us.
Yeah,
and I know you don't do too many podcasts, so this really was an honor for me to have.
Oh, it was great being on it. I think I remember watching you at first, and I remember thinking, "Oh, that'd be incredible, you had his show." And here I am sitting here, full circle.
There you go, full circle.
And we even talked in Connecticut and all stuff. So,
so it's fun. It was incredible, you guys. Again, I can't wait to see you guys live again. Let's do the live thing next. This hand.
That'd be great.
Do you want mine? Just hang out in the background for 1 second. We close out the show. I have
a year. Okay.
All right, brother. Thank you.
Bye, bye.
Thank you.
So I feel like that show was awesome.
I loved it. Except my boo-boo, which it will be. I'm not cutting it out. It'll be there.
Look, we had a few about time.
Yeah, too.
So Rick is such an amazing dude. Photography, so hard to get this occult museum, up to par and back running, and I feel like they have done fantastic with it. And I also love his outlook on UFOs. And as far as could me and him, our minds work a lot tangible evidence.
Yeah,
disprove what you can before you say possibly explainable.
Yeah, I agree.
But everyone, I appreciate joining in tonight. The other of the Paranormal Unveiled podcast. Coming up next Wednesday, January 20th, we have Miss Amy show. That'll be an awesome show as well. Please make sure not to miss out. Don't forget, no longer 9:30, 8 o'clock p.m. EST every single Wednesday. I'll see y'all next week. Same spooky time, same spooky network.